As a HubSpot user, you'll know that it's an amazing platform for orchestrating and managing tasks. However, when it comes to churn, knowing who's at risk, why they're at risk, and when you should reach out and do something is a different matter altogether. The solution is to combine the power of Upollo's AI health scoring model with HubSpot's task orchestration platform. Using this solution, you'll be able to identify over 90% of at-risk revenue and double your ability to save that revenue from churning. In today's video, we're going to show you how to connect your HubSpot account with Upollo, and then we're going to build an automatically triggered workflow in HubSpot that creates a task for account owners where accounts have been assigned a high churn score by Upollo. So first of all, we're going to navigate to the Connections tab in Upollo and look for HubSpot. So it's just down here. Here we are. So once we click Connect, what we do is select the Upollo account that we want to actually connect to. Pretty simple. The next step then is to just activate the two-way sync. So we come down to the HubSpot integration and click Configure and make sure that this is selected here and hit Save. And that's it really. Next, we'll just check in HubSpot to make sure that that integration has been in fact activated. So once we go to HubSpot, we can scroll down here to the integrations page and you'll see that actually this integration has been completed. Now we're going to set up a simple workflow in HubSpot that identifies companies that have recently received a high churn score from Upollo and creates an automated task assigned to the owner of the account to follow up with that particular company. So we're going to scroll down to the workflows area in HubSpot, click in there, and then we're going to create a new workflow from scratch. It's going to be a company-based workflow, and we're going to set it up as a blank workflow. Okay. The first step is to set up a trigger or set up trigger enrollment criteria. So what are the criteria to add somebody to this workflow? So we click on the gray box, and over here we're going to go to triggering this workflow when filter criteria are met or is met. We'll click in there. So what we want to do is identify companies who have had a churn score added in the recently or in the last, say, 14 days, and where the churn score is very high. In this case, we'll select over 75% chance of churn. So I'm going to go to company properties first and search for churn. These are the Upollo fields in HubSpot. And the first thing we're going to do is select churn score update time. And we're going to say where it has been updated in the last 14 days. Okay, so that's the first criteria. We're also then going to add another criteria down here. If I click into this add criteria, and that's where we want to say that the churn score should be high. So again, we're going to look in company properties, and we're going to search for churn. Churn score is greater than or equal to, and we're going to go with 75%. Okay, so now we're going to hit done, and we're going to save these criteria, and we can see them listed here. Next, we're going to create a task for the account owner to follow up on this risk. Click plus. I'm going to go to the CRM in HubSpot, and I'm going to create a task. Okay, now we'll give it a title. We're going to call it at-risk account. And we're going to trigger that immediately when the conditions are met. And also at the bottom, we are going to assign the task to the existing owner of the account. And we're going to hit save. So we've actually completed the workflow, and now we just have to review and publish it. So we click on the little orange button up here. Now, Upollo is going to ask us whether we want to apply this workflow to companies that already meet the criteria. You may not want that to happen, but in this case, I'm going to check yes. You should also then review the unenrollment and re-enrollment criteria so they suit your needs, and then hit next. review all these pages. There's some options for you to select here if you want. Eventually you'll get to this end page, which outlines all of the workflow details. So review all of this and then turn on the workflow if you're happy. And that is the workflow completed. Now, if we navigate to the tasks area in HubSpot, we'll see a number of tasks have already been created and assigned to accounts that are at risk. If I drill into the account record, I'll see the task here, which I can go and complete, but also make sure to add the relevant Upollo fields in the sidebar here, churn score and Upollo URL. That'll then allow you to directly click on this icon, which will take you to the Upollo account record where all of the details relating to that account are. So if I click on this here, you'll see that. So on the account record, we have lots of information that's going to help you deal with this churn risk, when they last logged in, how often they're logging in, where they're based, the overall churn score, of course, and a history of that going back through time. We have a magic summary here, which will give you a plain language understanding of the performance of this account or the status of the account, and also all of the signals that the AI has compiled into giving you a churn score. And these are broken down by functional areas. So you can drop these down like product usage, and you can see the negative and positive reasons the AI has identified, in terms of how that customer is using your solution, but lots of other data, relating to how you're engaging with them in a sales and CS and support point of view, billing, demographics, etc., etc. As you scroll down the account record, you'll see lots more data that's been pulled in from third-party applications to give you a better 360 view of the account. Things like, as well, the history of the user activity of this particular account. So that's how you can combine Upollo and HubSpot to start crushing churn and growing revenues through time. If you're interested in finding out more, do visit our website, Upollo.ai. We'd be more than happy to demo the solution to you. We also have a free version, so feel free to set that up too. Thank you. Bye-bye.